Hey there, everybody. My name is George. I'm the founder here at Extension Ecom, and I've personally supported well over 100 brands on the Amazon platform, both while working at Amazon supporting market leaders in the pet niche and while running Extension Ecom supporting many different Amazon businesses in many different niches. And what I'm going to walk you through today is our traffic toolkit, and this is an internal document we utilize to help grow our clients through driving more traffic to their listings profitably. And these are the same exact strategies that help OEM Genuine grow by 1.6 million, Athletic Annex grow by 475,000, Ice Carrots grow by 470K, amongst many other success stories. And I'm not just putting that in writing. Here are the screenshots. So 6.1 million prior to us, 7.7 million with us, for 1.6 million growth in just 70 days. 1.4 to 1. Almost 9, 475 growth in 60 days, from 1.2 to 1.7, so almost 500K growth in 5 months. And then IPW Industries here, 1 million to 1.27 million. So overall, when it comes to growth on Amazon, you need to drive more traffic to your listings. And there's 6 things you need to do in order to identify, hey, how do we drive traffic? Is it an issue? What should we do when it picks up, etc. And that's going to be first, knowing if it's the issue. Second, click-through rate optimization. Third, SEO enhancements. Fourth, PPC setup, scale, and optimization. Fifth, going to be organic rank boost. And sixth, what to do when that traffic does spike. So first of all, how to know if traffic is the issue? Well, you should really think back to the theory of constraints, which basically states that a system's performance is determined by its constraint. So no matter how well all other parts of the system function, the weakest link will determine the maximum output. A great example here is if you continue to A/B test a listing's images and you are far better conversion rate than the market, you're just never going to grow, right? You have to focus on other areas of your business in order to grow. So once you do improve once you do improve the constraint, continuous improvement will be required. So you improve the constraint, a different constraint will pop up. So Amazon's really broken into 3 key areas: traffic, conversion, and fulfillment. And your constraint is going to occur in one of these. So at any given moment, one of those things are stopping your business from growing. Therefore, to scale, you must figure out what it is and resolve it. So that leads us to the question of, how do we know if traffic is the issue? Well, I would look at conversion rate, purchase rate, ACoS, or your inventory score. So when it comes to conversion, you need to start by knowing if you're converting well or poorly. And if you're converting poorly, you likely have an issue with conversion, not traffic. So to understand that, go to your Amazon business reports and look at your unit session percentage and remove your repeat purchase rate. So you can see here 3,563 total sessions, 2,224 orders. They have a 20% repeat purchase rate, meaning about 1,768 new to brand shoppers. And that's a 50% conversion rate, right? So once we've calculated the conversion rate on new to brand shoppers, then we can go look at the SQP report and look at the purchase rate our competitors are receiving. So you can see here as low as 8%, as high as 21% for the competitor's average purchase rate. And then we can say, okay, where are we at? Where are they at? We're at 49. They're at like 15. We're a little bit above that, right? So yeah, significantly above that. So continuing to A/B test that listing is just not going to grow this business. But what will grow this business is we can see that, out of 138,000 purchases, they only got 0.05% of the share, right? Out of 709, they only got 1.41. Out of 14,800, they only got 0.05. So what's going to drive this business forward is traffic. Next up is going to be inventory. This is very easy to check. It's very easy to know. Just, hey, if we're constantly out of stock, we have an issue with inventory, right? But if you want to check this, go to inventory, FBA inventory performance, and look at your FBA in stock rate. You can see this brand's at 98% on the upwards trend there. You can see this brand is starting to have some issues, and they definitely need to get their shipping refined, but still healthy, 90.6. And again, if inventory is not the issue, if conversion is not the issue, you need to drive more traffic. So how do we drive more traffic? Start by building a strategy. So tier your ASINs. Your tier 1 ASINs will make up 5% or more of your sales. Tier 2, 1 to 5. Tier 3, less than 1. Then you want to create a timeline for improvement, starting with the top sellers, moving to the bottom sellers. You want to go through click-through rate, SEO, PPC, and also see if there's any tweaks you can do to boost organic rank, and that will help get more traffic to them. And then you need to have a game plan for what to do when traffic spikes. So here's an example of strategy. You can see that their top selling ASIN did $54,000 in revenue in the prior month, and then one of the bottom sellers did $3,000 in revenue. So if we just grow this ASIN here, it's going to result in such a an outsized return compared to this one. In fact, we could grow all of their tier 3 ASINs, and this top seller could see a slight decrease and their business would be flat or down. And then on the right-hand side here you can see the timeline. We want to do PPC, we want to do SEO, we want to do click-through rate, we want to get inventory reporting rolling for each different product, right? So let's talk about click-through rate optimization. So we'll keep it high level, then we'll dive in. So high level, you need to pull data analyzing your CTR per ASIN compared to competitors for keywords that you want to win on. When you've identified that data, you then need to analyze, if it's an issue, your main image and your title. So here's a checklist. Look at, do we have the highest search volume keyword included in large font on our package in our main image? Is the product being showcased outside of the package? Can shoppers easily understand the quantity of what they're buying? And is there minimal white space being left? For the title, just make sure the title starts with the brand name and then also has that same high search volume keyword at the front of the title. Then go ahead and look at what your competitors are doing. What words are they using? How much white space do they leave? What items do they display? How are they displaying quantity? Learn from it, then build out an A/B test your own and analyze click-through rate. So here's an example here. You can see that dog training treats, this brand wants to win on it. There's about 61,000 searches resulting in 1.5 million impressions, but they're getting a 0.02% click share. So what you can do is, this is a hyperlink. You can click this and it'll show you how competitors are doing. So here are the top 2, just to save time. I only did 2, but you can analyze all of them. You can see the top 2 are at a 4% and 12% click share, way higher than this. Then this is also a hyperlink. You can go look at Pupford and Wag's product. So what is Pupford doing well? Well, they showcase the quantity, 475. That seems like a lot of treats. One thing I would be critical of is they could definitely make dog training treats a bigger font size, but they do have train in big and bold. They do showcase the product outside of the package, and then they have that training treats at the front of their title. So this is all aligned very well. If you are looking for dog training treats, it's kind of a no-brainer. It's a ton of treats. It's obviously for training. You can see a dog. It's training treats for dogs. You can see what it looks like. Let's click. Let's check it out. It also has a ton of really good reviews. And look at that, they have a ton of variations, which we'll talk about. Next up's Wags, right? Wag has training treats big and bold. They have a dog. They have training treats at the front of the title. They aren't doing the product showcase. They also likely have a high click share because Amazon just puts them at the top of search. But you can still learn from some of the principles they're doing, which is training treats, dog. And then what we could do with this information is we can come up with a game plan and look at our listing and say, hey, what are we missing and how can we implement these things? So you've got people clicking your listing. You want to appear on more terms now, right? You want to get more of those clicks. So SEO on Amazon comes down to enhancing title bullets or generic keywords and alt text. And your goal is to cast a wide net, include all relevant search terms within those fields, and maximize organic visibility. Secondly, double down on top terms to improve organic rank. So first, analyze character count. I have your parameters here. Second, analyze search terms. Identify what terms have high search volume, what terms are super relevant with low search volume, and what misspellings and Spanish keywords are out there. Then look at your listing and say, what are we including? What are we not including? And then go ahead and enhance your SEO. So for titles, they should have no less than 190 characters up to 200. I recommend maxing character count. Title structure should be the brand name first, highest search volume relevant keyword second, SEO-based benefits third, and then the type of variation to close it out. For bullets should have no less than 375 characters, but can go up to 500. We recommend maximizing character count to cast the widest possible net. Bullet structure should be benefit and caps lock, explanation of the benefit with SEO terms included. For generic, 248 to 250, alt text 98 to 100. Both of these go on the back end of Amazon. They are not consumer facing, so you do not need grammar. Example, basketball shoes, large, medium, small, red, black, and continue that strand. Just to maximize what the algorithm scans and lists you for. Then lastly, update your bullets seasonally, right? Your Valentine's Day, your Christmas, your 4th of July. Let's say you have a sport-based product, any sport events, etc. All right, so here's a quick analysis example. We analyzed this listing overall, missing 150 characters in the title, missing 2,200 characters in the bullets, 300 in the alt text. Overall, they're missing 2,650 characters. Then, hey, what is being searched in the market? Are they including it? Yes or no? Then go ahead and rebuild it out, right? So brand name, highest search volume keyword up front, miscellaneous SEO with the variation count on the back. Then you're gonna have your benefits big and bold, all the SEO included. SEO is gonna be in green in this case. Really maximize character count, and then non-grammar or generic, non-grammatically correct generic keywords and alt text, right? Gluten-free chai tea, cardamom, cane, sugar chai tea, latte, powder, etc. And lastly, some SEO examples. You can easily swap a bullet to be for Christmas, then for Valentine's, then for Mothers, then for Fathers. You can easily swap the alt text to be for Christmas to Valentine's, then Fathers to Mothers, or Mothers to Fathers, etc. All right, let's talk about PPC. So PPC scaling is probably, with click-through rate, probably the most important factors on Amazon for growth, and it can drive the fastest growth for your business. So getting this right is gonna be very beneficial. So start off with goals. Define your goals. You want to have an efficiency goal, and you want to have budget. And budget should always be infinite if you're hitting your efficiency goal. Next up is you need to clean up your account. So clean up your keywords, clean up your campaigns. We'll talk about how to do that a little bit later, but basically identify waste and poor performers and pause/optimize. Then you need to think about your customer journey. Loyalty are going to be people seeking out a specific brand. Purchase decision shoppers, they're ready to buy. They're looking for a specific product. And consideration shoppers are looking within a specific category, but they don't have an idea as to what they're going to buy yet. So once you have understood your customer journey, you need to do your keyword research. So grab your ASIN 9 competitors, see what's out there, and then lump them in per bucket, right? So anybody searching for your brand goes into the loyalty bucket. Anybody searching for dog training treats goes into the purchase decision bucket. Anybody searching for dog treats generally goes into the consideration bucket. Then what you want to do is you want to launch from the bottom of the funnel up so you can be profitable. So start with customers in the loyalty and purchase decision phase and slowly broaden out, because the general market is always going to be larger than your niche market. And eventually what will happen is you'll have all of the loyalty volume covered, you'll have all of the purchase decision volume covered, and there's nothing else to do besides to go into the consideration. Now that might actually shift your constraint from traffic to conversion, because you're no longer going to be converting as often, and you need to identify, how do I appeal my product to a broader market? Now, once you launch a campaign, you want to read your metrics from left to right. So are we getting impressions? Are we getting clicks? Are we spending cash? What is our CPC? Are we converting? What are our sales? What is our ACoS? For mature campaigns, you want to inverse it. Is the ACoS healthy or not? And then, hey, well, is it a high sales driver? Hey, what's our CPC look like, right? And you want to work backwards. And then you're going to have some parameters to scale/optimize within, and I'll talk about that further. But basically, just base it all off the goals. So let's chat about goal setting. So tacos is going to be ad spend divided by total sales. It's going to be the best metric to understand how your marketing is doing on the Amazon platform. A higher tacos goal will allow you to scale faster. A lower tacos will result in you being more profitable. Your goal shouldn't be to be overly profitable on every ad sale, rather to make a little bit of money or break even on ads to drive organic rank, which then in turn drives organic sales. So if you have a consumable product, right, people are going to buy from you every 30, 60, 90 days. You should be comfortable, if you have a good product, scaling your ad spend, add an aggressive ACoS, because that's going to get more customers in and result in more repeat buyers. For non-consumable businesses, you need to add adjacent products to your catalog. So as you scale, people buy your pet bed, then they buy your pet steps, then they buy your pet blanket, etc. And then lastly, you really want to track organic rank, because to win on Amazon, you just have to get to page 1. So you want to use tacos as a metric to manage your overall marketing efforts, and use ACoS or ROAS to manage your ad console. Very important. This is more of a metric for your brand manager. This is more of a metric for your PPC specialist. There's no tacos button in your console, so it could be hard to make good decisions if you're going off of an arbitrary number, right? But it's a lot easier if you have an exact number to make decisions. Simplest way to think about budget is always infinite if tacos is within goal. If you define your business as being scalable at a 15% tacos, you should spend every single dollar you can below 15%. You should not be happy with a 12%, because 12% means you're leaving potential growth on the table. And that's going to hurt you from getting to rank 1, and that's going to hurt you from building out repeat buyers, and that's going to hurt your ability to generate more word of mouth in the marketplace. So you've identified your goals. Now you need to clean up your terms and your campaigns. So pull your search term report, look at high click, no conversion. Here you can see 257 clicks, $100 spent, 0 sales. 173 clicks, 32 spent, 0 sales, right? Grab all of those and just pause, right? That's like $600 a month saved. Then high click, high ACoS. You can see this brand's actually doing quite good, but they do have some 291% ACoS, 233% ACoS. Like, let's just pause everything in red here. Statistically significant sample size, and it's not doing its job. And then anything in orange here, right? Like it could use a little bit more data, but also it has some signs of life. If we get that CPC down, it could perform. So in that situation, high click, medium to high ACoS decrease the bid percentage, or decrease the bid buy percentage. Then you want to repeat that same process with campaigns, but I didn't want to share too much client data, so I'm not going to show it. But really just filter by clicks and orders, high click, little to no orders, pause, high ACOS. If it's a top sales driver, then decrease the budget. And if it's a low sales driver, you could probably just pause it. Medium to high ACOS, reduce the budget and optimize. Okay, customer journey on Amazon. So let's start at the bottom of the funnel. These are shoppers who love your product and are coming back for more. So you need to be visible to make it as easy as possible for that shopper to find and buy your product, or they'll just buy from someone else. And this is really the name of the game here on Amazon. If you can build up a repeat buyer base, life is going to be a lot easier and Amazon's going to be a lot more profitable. Now you're going to have the purchase portion. These are people looking for your exact product. They're ready to buy. You need to have an always on approach so that you capture them. Then consideration, these shoppers are looking in your market, but not for your exact product. So dog training treats, right? Brand name, Pupford dog training treats, boom. Wag dog training treats, boom. That's loyalty. Purchase is going to be anything dog training treats. And then consideration, people are looking for dog treats. Maybe they want a bully stick, maybe they want an antler, maybe they want a training treat. Who knows what type of treat they want. They're browsing, right? Well, they might buy from you if they like your product. They might buy from you in the future if they decide they want to test out a training treat. However, they can't do either if they do not know who you are. And this market is always going to be far greater than this market. So if you can tap into that market, you're going to win. So you've understood your customer journey, right? Now you need to go do your keyword research. So here you can see that when you have keyword research, Helium 10 is going to spit out a ton of words. You want to be selective, right? We only selected one out of all of these. And then you want to transfer it over and build out some document here, right? So here are all of the brand name terms, the search volume. Here are all the caffeine pouch terms. This is for a caffeine pouch brand. So it's the purchase term, right? People are searching for caffeine pouches. We sell a caffeine pouch. They're going to buy. Then you have your energy pouch terms. This is a caffeine energy pouch, right? So again, we want to appear on them. We want to have an always on approach here. And if we're targeting these terms and we're not converting, and that is what our product is, we don't have a traffic issue. We have a conversion issue. We need to look at our detail page, our price, our ratings, our reviews, and we need to figure out how do we drive more sales through a better listing. Then once you've done your keyword research, you need to launch campaigns, right? So here's your general framework for campaign launches. You want to maximize the amount of control you have over your ad campaigns. So you should have one parent ASIN, one ad group, and one match type per campaign. Here are your foundational campaigns to launch. So in loyalty, you want to do your branded terms, and then you want to target your own ASINs with your own ASINs, and this is going to allow you to capture those shoppers looking for you. For any consumable businesses, purchases, remarketing is really valuable. You can go on and off Amazon, draw them back in, get another sale. For non-consumables, it's not as good. Then you have the purchase portion of the funnel. You have an auto campaign, an exact phrase and broad with those caffeine pouch terms, right? Those energy pouch terms. Those would be two separate campaigns, right? So you'd have caffeine pouch exact, caffeine pouch phrase, caffeine pouch broad. You'd have energy pouch exact, energy pouch phrase, energy pouch broad. And then you have your SB ASIN targets. You go identify other caffeine pouches that you have a competitive advantage over, whether that's price, whether that's ratings and reviews, whether that's quality of the detail page, etc. Then you graduate into these campaigns, right? Now you're moving up the funnel. So these would be like for caffeine or energy, for example, that could be the word caffeine, that could be the word energy. Those people could want a ton of different things, right? And then you have your sponsored brands. Now, this would be back on your caffeine pouch terms. Reason why this is consideration is sponsored brands and sponsored brands video, they're like a billboard. They have a logo, they have a tagline, they have multiple products shown for sponsored brands, right? People understand that it's an ad and it drives down conversion rate and it drives up cost per click. Sponsored brands video, same thing. People understand that it's an ad, it drives up the CPC, gets a much higher click-through rate, doesn't convert as often. So for those, you want to view those as how am I building my brand in the space and how am I standing out versus sponsored products. They feel very organic. If people don't understand ads or e-com, they're going to click without knowing. And you can do some sponsored display category targeting as well. Here's just an example, right? This brand has their branded terms. They're going to target their own ASINs with their own ASINs. They have sponsored brands video. They're going to have all of their purchase funnel built out, right? So one campaign for exact, one campaign for phrase, one campaign for broad, all their 3D printing glue verbiage. They'll have their competitor ASINs for sponsored products and display. They'll have an auto campaign and a rank campaign on the right. Rank is really just a way to drive up organic rank. If you aren't ranking on page 1 or on page 2, you probably don't want to do it. And if you have a small budget, you probably don't want to do it. So let's talk about metrics within the funnel. So here are the campaign launch metrics and just campaign metrics in general. We should just say this. You have impressions, clicks, CPC, spend, CVR, sales, ACOS. When you launch, read it left to right. So if you have no impressions, that's what it starts with. You need impressions. You need to increase the bid, check the keyword relevancy, check the SEO, make sure it's indexing, right? If you're not getting clicks, right, you're getting impressions, not getting clicks, increase the bid, check the keyword relevancy, check the main image and title to improve click-through rate. If you are not getting sales and you're spending cash, you need to check the keyword relevancy, check the images, price, ratings, reviews to increase conversion, right? If you have a high ACOS, you need to go back down the line and optimize. So once mature, you now read them right to left, right? So if your ACOS, right, it's going to always starts here. If your ACOS is within goal, but your spend is low, well, you should increase your CPC so you can spend more. If your ACOS is out of goal, your sales are high, right? ACOS is out of goal, sales are high. Decrease the CPC so that you can improve the ACOS. If ACOS is out of goal, conversion is good, and spend is high. Well, we just went over that one, sorry. If ACOS is out of goal, sales are low, right? ACOS is out of goal, sales are low. Look at conversion, etc. So read it right to left. Then here are some parameters to scale and optimize within. So general framework, if you're within your efficiency metric, then scale your budget to infinite, inventory allowing. If it isn't within goal, optimize. So here's how you optimize. So bidding strategy methodology. We're gonna go through some methodologies. Don't change the bidding strategy within a campaign ever. It will mess up the algorithm. If you go from up and down to down, things will get crazy. Just relaunch the campaign with a different bidding strategy. Slowly pull off the old and slowly add on to the new. Here are the bidding strategies. You have down only, use it to improve ACOS. Up and down, use it to increase sales. Rule-based, never use. Amazon only wants you to spend. They don't follow the rules. Budget methodology. Your first adjustment, the first adjustment to look at is budget. So if ACOS is low and the campaign is going out of budget, you need to just increase the daily budget number. If ACOS is high and the campaign is spending a lot of money, you should reduce the daily budget number. It's going to make up a smaller quantity of spend relative to total spend, which will have a lesser impact on the company or on the ad console. Then optimize it, get it back within goal, and then increase budget. If you're overspending, fix the sum of all the daily budgets or add a budget cap. I prefer the sum of all the daily budgets personally. Next up, bidding methodology. Always work backwards from the tacos goal or ACOS goal. Tacos for the brand manager to look at the holistic brand, how it's trending. ACOS for the PPC specialist so they can make adjustments in console. Bid changes should occur daily for newly launched campaigns, less than 7 days old. Read it left to right. We're not getting impressions, increase the bid. We're not getting clicks, increase the bid, check the keyword relevancy, right, etc. 1 to 3 times for mature campaigns. 3 times being it's out of goal, 1 time being it's in goal. And always work backwards from goal. You want to give the campaigns enough time to generate data so that you can work backwards from that data. Now, your bid adjustments should be made based on the CPC. If the bid is above $1.50, if the bid is $1.50 above the actual CPC, let's say it's $4.50, and you decrease it by 50 cents, you're now at $4, and the bid's $3. You're still $1 above $3, right? So the correct adjustment is to go from $4.50 to $3, reduce $1.50, and then decrease from there. So wasteful spend. Here are just some general frameworks. Wasteful spend, just pause it. Red flag spend, 1.5x to 1.9x your ACOS goal. Sorry, that's hard to say, tongue twister. Decrease the bid to the CPC level, right? So if you're at 450, go to 3, then reduce it by 10 to 12%. If you're closer to goal, 1.1 to 1.49, decrease the bid to the CPC, right? 450 down to 3, then reduce by 4 to 10%. 4% being, hey, this is a high seller. It's relatively close to goal. We don't want to hurt it too much. 10% being this is a low seller. It's far away from goal. Let's reduce it. Within goal or below goal, slight increases to get them to spend more. Placement modifiers. Always work backwards from the tacos goal. Placement modifiers once a week. Give it time to get data. 5 to 10% increments only. You don't want to over increase here because it's going to impact the bids, right? So 0 to 30% and a 10-cent bid increase, well, that's going to result in a much larger impact than you're expecting. Just do like 5%, 10%, and a small bid increase. That's the best way to do it. And same exact thing with the adjustments down, right? Like if you're adjusting up by 100% and then you cut that down to 0, like your bids, if it's bidding $2.50, it goes from $5 to like $2.50, and your campaign spend is just going to tank. So be careful. Go from 100 to 95, 95 to 90, 90 to 85, or like I mentioned before, just relaunch the campaign with the correct settings and then slowly pull off the old and then go into the new. Negation methodology. We already kind of went through this earlier with the wasteful cleanup, but basically in any auto, phrase, broad, category targeting, expanded targeting, etc., identify what is wasteful. If it is an exact match, you can pause it. There shouldn't be any exact matches in here, but if there is, pause it. Don't negate an exact match. Then for anything that's phrase, broad, auto, category, etc., add it as a negative exact. And if you're noticing a trend within your keywords where everything isn't converting, say the word gift, you could negative phrase the word gift, but be careful because you'll never appear on a gift term again. So if it's generating sales, you could mess up your account. Next up, ASIN methodology. ASINs should be reviewed in the campaign as a parentage, right? So you want to launch as a parentage. There's going to be niche moments when you don't launch as a parentage, such as if you want to do a flavor-based campaign. Going back to caffeine pouches, if you have 4 flavors, launch all 4 against the caffeine pouch verbiage. However, if someone's searching for winter green caffeine pouch, then you would put the winter green in its own campaign and target winter green caffeine pouch verbiage. Now we're talking about if the parentage is in the campaign. If the parentage is in the campaign and the overarching campaign is within goal, don't touch any of the ASINs. If the overarching campaign isn't within goal, pause the poor performing variations. These will typically be the lower price ones because the ratio of CPC to price will be greater. And then be careful about pausing any ASINs that are driving high sales volume. As I've mentioned and disclaimed before, this will negatively impact your sales volume. So pausing methodology. If a campaign is wasteful upon launch, meaning in the first 2 to 4 days, it's 2x the ACoS goal, make immediate adjustments. If it has been fully optimized and it hasn't improved, just pause the campaign. And then if a campaign has been on for over a month and it is wasteful and you have made optimizations, pause the campaign. All right, brings us into our last 2 things here, organic rank. So organic rank is most closely tied to sales velocity. This is the classic Amazon flywheel, right? So if you increase your sales, you will increase your organic rank, which will increase your organic sales, and then just the flywheel spins. The alternative is also true. If you decrease your sales, that will result in a decrease to rank, which will result in a decrease to organic sales, and then you have momentum working against you, right? If you go from page 1 to page 2, you have to spend a lot more to get back to page 1. So you spend more with less organic sales, tacos spikes. Just be careful with the Amazon flywheel. Try to always keep it spinning in the right direction. Merge ASINs. So if you have 5 child ASINs, right, and they all do 10,000 a month, or sorry, if you have 5 ASINs, standalone ASINs by themselves doing 10K a month, you should merge them because those 5 together do 50,000. The algorithm's going to read this and be like, whoa, this is way misranked. We need to bump that rank. You're going to go from page 3 to page 1. So you would rather have 1 parent ASIN on page 1 than 10 child ASINs on page 3 because no one goes to page 3. So merge properly. Lastly, or 2 more, discounting. Any decreases to price typically is favorable by the Amazon algorithm in the short term. It also increases conversion rate, which increases sales velocity, which can get that flywheel moving in the right direction. Now, from an inventory perspective, if you go out of stock on Amazon, you cannot sell the product for an extended period of time, which will result in a loss in sales and a decrease to organic rank. And once you're back in stock, right, going back to what I just said, if you go from page 1 to page 4, well, you're going to have to spend a significant amount of cash to get back to page 1, and you're going to do it without the organic sales. So a 2-week loss in inventory could result in a 2 to 4 week loss in organic rank and sales, right? So that 2-week loss turns into a 6-week loss. So organic rank boosts. So here's just a really great case study. So we merged the product properly, beginning of December. Rank tanks, which is good. You want rank to tank. You want rank to be rank 1. They end up hitting the number 1 BSR. They're selling more volume than they've ever seen through the merge. But then they got out of stock early April because they couldn't keep up with demand. And then you can see overnight, their rank doubled, right? You don't want your rank to double. You want your rank to go down. So they went from 2,500 to 5,199. Keep in mind, this is in the overarching grocery category, so that's a really low rank. They were number 1 in their subcategory. They were the number 1 BSR, but only going out of stock for 8 days, and they lost so much traction. They actually did not ever get back to the number 1 BSR because they went out of stock. If they had just stayed in stock, they would have had an insane H1 and H2. Unfortunately, they were not able to. Step 6, what to do once traffic picks up. Inventory reporting. So make sure you're identifying your lead time from your warehouse to Amazon. Check your inventory reporting every week. Look at the days of cover remaining and make the shipment when the lead time is aligned, right? So like, let's say you have a 2-week lead time, you have 4 weeks of cover, ship it in. That gives you a little bit of extra time there for it to get in. Make sure you're sending out your review requests, increasing your reviews, right? Don't incentivize, but send them out. Increasing your reviews will increase your CTR and CVR. It's just social proof. And research more variations for your winners, right? Like if you have a winning product, just add to it. Here's an example of inventory reporting, right? 8 days of cover, send in your units. This is how many remain. Here's your replenishment units in the report. Review automation, merchants bring feedback 5. There's a ton of them. Amazon might be doing this now. I got to double check that, but they might be just automating it on their own now. You can see for this 4,325 orders, if they were sending this out constantly, their listings would have more reviews. And then variation analysis, hey, we have this product, it is winning. Okay, can we do a 2-pound? Can we do a 3-pound? Can we do a 5-pound? What does the market look like? What's the margin on that? What are the ratings and reviews? How difficult is it going to be, right? Etc. Now, this seems like a ton of work, and that's why we have a team that is very closely aligned to an in-house team. And they can help you with all of that work, right? All of that work, because it is a ton of work. So our US-based account manager operates as a strategic consultant with the goal of growing your business. Our PPC specialist will set up, manage, and optimize your campaigns. Our marketing assistant will handle all research and SEO and reporting. Our catalog manager handles everything on the back end, from brand registry to new ASIN setup, etc. And our design PM, A to Z, from concept to creation to going live on the Amazon platform for any content, they'll handle it. But don't listen to me. Check out some video testimonials. You saw the results earlier. And if you do need support, your growth starts today. I'll have this document linked in the description. You can go ahead and check it out and use it to grow your own business, or you can use it to book a call. We'd love to chat. We'd love to help your business grow here. So thank you so much for your time, and have a wonderful rest of your day.